Hi friends, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So it is finally springtime. The weather has been pretty warm. It's been really nice out and my plants are really appreciating it. I feel like ever since I started my new job, I haven't had quite as much time to just like sit back and appreciate my plants. So I wanted to go around and just kind of look at all the new growth, appreciate it, and take you guys with me. It's a bit gloomy out today. I normally prefer to film when it's sunny out, but it is what it is, so just bear with me and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I figured we could start in the kitchen today, and the first plant I wanted to show you guys is this variegated Hoya. I don't know if it's the Hoya Snow Queen or what is it? The Hoya Crimson Princess or Crimson Queen, one of the two. But just recently it has put out this new leaf right here and this new leaf up here, and this is the first new growth it's put out since I got it a while ago. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm hoping this plant will fill out a little more over the summer, and yeah. My pink calathea is doing pretty well. It's got some new leaves coming in over here. I think it really enjoys this spot on our kitchen counter. This epipremnum that, well, this epipremnum that I just have planted in this like dog pot that Austin gave me is finally putting out a new leaf. It hasn't looked very healthy. I think it's been drying out really quickly in this pot, so I'm really glad to see that it's finally starting to grow. And then lastly in here, I just wanted to talk about this little barrel cactus that it was looking kind of sad for a bit because I wasn't watering it over the winter, and then I finally watered it a week or so ago, and now it just like instantly put out some new growth, and I think it looks really good. Okay, moving into the bedroom, we can go ahead and take a look at my little propagation bin. I was really worried about this for a bit because it didn't seem like anything in here was growing, but I've been keeping up on the watering a little better, and so now I have this begonia in here that's rooted. This one's rooted. This different type of begonia is rooted and it's put out some new growth right here. This begonia is putting out roots. My, what is this, peperomia frost put out some new little growth. These are the cuttings from my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma that I just put in here, so they haven't done anything yet. This little begonia has some leaves coming out. No, this isn't a begonia. This is a peperomia. What else in here? The plants in soil. The plants in soil. These plants over here are finally starting to grow too. There's a new leaf on this Hoya Splash, which looks really nice. My string of hearts propagations are starting to grow. The philodendron micans is starting to grow. This little succulent has roots. It can probably be repotted by now. But I'm probably just going to leave these in here for a bit longer just to make sure they're really well established before I repot them. These are the plants that I'm hoping to sell as like my first round of plants in my plant shop. So I want to have a few more propagated just so I have a better selection, and then hopefully by like the end of summer I can have a pretty decent little collection of plants to have in my plant shop. Over here in my terrarium, ignore the fungus gnat trap, my jewel orchid is about to reach the top of the terrarium, which means I'm going to have to trim it soon, which is fine. I'll just propagate it. I propagated the Philodendron SP Silver, and this is the newest leaf it's put out from that plant. Here's the original plant over here. I think it's starting to put out new growth as well. My Hoya, my variegated Carnosa, isn't putting out any growth, which I'm not surprised. Oh, actually, I think maybe that's something right there that's coming out. That might be new growth, which will be the first new growth I've gotten on this plant in like the year that I've had it. So hopefully it's happy in this terrarium because I don't know what else to do for it. Moving up here, this little, I don't know what kind of Hoya this is, but it has just shot off a bunch of new growth, which is really nice because it wasn't growing for the longest time and I was getting a little bored of it, to be honest. So I'm really glad to see it growing now. It has this whole new vine right here with some new leaves that are so cute. So I'm really happy about that. Stacy looking good as always. I thought about propagating her, but I don't think I am now. I think I'm just gonna let her do her thing. This is technically Wade's plant anyway, so I'll let him decide what he wants to do with that. And then my Micans putting out new growth as well, which is always nice to see. This is the newest leaf on my orchid. I'm hoping I can get it to bloom sometime soon this summer. It had blooms all throughout the winter, so we'll see. Over here, one that I'm very excited about is my asparagus fern. You can see this is its newest leaf that it just put out. It's very large and very full. This one, I don't know if it'll show up well. This one right here, it put out a while ago, and it's really big, but some of the, like the end doesn't have all the fronds on it, so this one has come out with a full, I don't know how you'd say it, just the whole thing is full. There's no like bare spots on it, which looks really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited about this plant. I really like this one because it just kind of looks like a little tree, and I kind of want to, if I have to repot it in the near future, I kind of want to put it in like a more shallow pot and make like a fairy garden around it because I think that would look really cool. Okay, now for the plant room. Where to start here? My philodendron golden goddess is finally putting out what looks like to be a healthy leaf. A lot of the ones before it were coming out like wrinkled or torn, so I'm hoping this one will be okay. This plant, I don't remember exactly what this is called. I think it's, I want to say it's a philodendron fuzzy petiole. I think that's it. It's putting out this new leaf, and this is the one before that. I was really worried about this plant that I'd underwatered it too much, but I think that it's bouncing back, so we'll see how this leaf turns out. My philodendron silver sword, I can't seem to crack the code on. Like the smaller plant in here is doing well, but this bigger one, like the leaves just keep like getting caught while they're trying to unfurl, and then they just break off or they come out looking all gross. So I don't really know what's going on with this. Maybe I'm underwatering it. I don't know yet. But I hope that I can figure it out soon because I really want to grow this plant out. I don't know if I've officially shown this plant in a video yet. This is the like mimosa something. I forget what the actual name of it is, but it's also known as the sensitive plant because I'll show you if you touch it. The leaves fold up like that, which I think is really neat. It's been growing for me pretty well since I got it. I had it once before and I killed it pretty quick. So I'm hoping I can keep it alive. This time, it does have some yellowing towards the base, which I think is normal. But the new growth is looking really good. My Hoya curtisii has some new itty bitty little growth on it, which I think is super cute. I really want to, oh, and there's another one right here. I really want to get like a full plant of this, just have like a whole trailing basket of it. I think it'd look really good. My philodendron SP silver is not doing great. It keeps putting out gross looking leaves like this. which I think is either a watering issue or a humidity issue or maybe a mixture of both. So I'm just gonna see what like the next few leaves look like, and I might chop it back and propagate it and then just like keep it in a higher humidity spot. I have a different plant of this in my terrarium in the bedroom that you just saw, and it's doing really well, so it might be a humidity thing. My string of hearts propagations are rooting up pretty well. You can see some roots in there. I had 3 jars of cuttings, but I gave one to my mom, so now I have 2, and they all seem to be rooting up pretty well. So hopefully within another month or so I can pot them into the mother plant. My African violet is flowering, and it has been for a minute now. I thought I was killing it for a bit. What is that? What is that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's not on the other flowers. Do you guys have any idea what that is? That little like circle thing right there? I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's flowering, and it's been flowering for a minute, which makes me really happy. I really like the color of the flowers. I kind of want to get like one of the mini African violets or like a streptocarpus that's related to African violets, because I'm really interested in taking care of something like that. My little terrarium, or not terrarium, but my little begonia that's in a cloche. I don't know why it dried out so quickly because it's in a cloche, but I think it dried out too quick and now it's dead. So I'm pretty sad about that. But it might have been just the fact that I took the cutting a little too early and I should have let it get a bit bigger before I cut it. My string of pearls is also starting to put out some new growth. My philodendron hastatum that's over here on this moss pole is putting out this new leaf, which looks really good. It hasn't quite attached to the moss pole yet, but if you can see, there's a little root right there that's trying to go into the moss. So that's a good sign. I potted up my confetti syngonium into soil, and this is what it's looking like. It seems to be pretty happy in here. Yeah, I'm hoping that this plant will do well. This was the older leaf, and this is the newer one, so I don't think this one's going to unfurl, but hopefully we'll get some new growth soon. My Hoya crinkle is just going absolutely crazy with new growth. This is one of its newest leaves. It's really like soft and shiny and very pretty. And then it has these like 1, 2, 3, 4 new leaves right here on this new vine that's growing. That's a newer leaf. There's some more down in there. My Hoya Splash is putting out a bunch of new growth. You can see up here there's a new vine that's like all the way up onto, it's like wrapped around the string of hearts, the hanging basket. And these are some new leaves. This one right here is huge. Like, I can't even show how big this one is, but it's really pretty. This whole vine is new. This whole vine is finally starting to put out some growth. This plant is really just doing so well for me, and I am very happy with it. My Thanksgiving cactus is growing. It's got some cute little pink tips, which I think looks really cute. I wonder if it's gonna flower again. It might. And there's a new frond on my rabbit's foot fern. Okay, I think the last plants I want to update on are the ones in my cloche. So let me very carefully take those out. this guy needs some water. This is my philodendron painted lady, and I've had it in moss. You can see this little like root that's coming out of the side, so I'm gonna fix that soon so that's back in the moss, and then I'm gonna water this before I put it back. I haven't gotten any new growth on it yet, but that's okay. I'm just glad that it's rooting up. There's another root coming out the bottom, so hopefully once it gets some like a good root system established, it'll be able to push out some new growth. My little snake plant babies that I've had forever are starting to grow a bit more. Hopefully it'll start looking like how it's supposed to look here soon. I don't remember exactly what this one is called, but I'll insert a picture of it when it's, of what this type of plant looks like when it's older. You guys probably saw in my last video, I repotted my philodendron ploumanii, and it seems to be adjusting well to being in soil. Nothing's really happened so far. It's still putting off this new leaf. The little one down here is doing pretty well. So nothing too drastic going on here, but it's not dying, which is always a plus side. And then my philodendron verrucosum has this leaf, and it's starting to put out another leaf right here. Okay, sorry if it's a little noisy out here. I'm on my sun porch. And I had my big monstera outside for a few days, and I put it out so that it could get some rain, like some rainwater. Since it is such a big plant, it takes a lot of water. And I left it out there for a bit, and it got a little sunburnt on a lot of the leaves. Like you can really see it right here and right here. This newer leaf isn't too bad. It's just got a little bit towards the top. I'm not like terribly upset about this because it is my own fault, and the plant honestly still looks really good. So I'm just gonna leave it in the sunroom in this little spot right here, and I think it'll be pretty happy now that it's not getting sunburnt. Alright guys, those are all of my spring updates. I'm really excited to see my plants growing. It always feels really Anyways, I'm really excited to be seeing all of my plants growing. It feels really good to know that even despite all my neglect recently, my plants are still pretty happy. So I hope that your guys' plants are also doing really well and putting out new growth. I hope that you enjoyed watching this with me and it made you even happier for spring. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!